I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Jazzy Stacy.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. As y'all can see by today's title, this video is gonna be the first video to my back to school series, and it's a freshman advice video. Make it college edition because y'all know I just finished but I recently finished my freshman year of college, and I have some things to say. So we're gonna get right into it. I got my handy dandy composition notebook. Let's show you my iPad. If y'all hear something, I'm sorry, my dad is making some calls right now, but yeah, so I got everything I wanted to talk about into my notes. I asked my bestie Erica, like, what should I talk about, because I knew what I wanted to talk about, but I want to make it a little bit more structured because y'all know I can talk. So we have everything right here, and I'm gonna break it up into subjects. So the first subject is choosing your college/university and major. Okay, I'm gonna just talk about my personal experience. At first, I wanted to go to, if you don't know, I attend Lander University. It's in South Carolina, and my major is media and communications with a minor in film studies. It didn't used to be that, but we'll get into that. I wanted to go to USC Columbia for some reason. I don't know why. My mom used to go there, and I don't know why. I just thought it would be like cool to go because she went. But then, like, as I was getting into the process of like applying for schools and all this and that, I was like, this ain't really my cup of tea. We gonna sit this one down. Now the school that I go to now, only reason I even thought about going to this school is because if you know my best friend Faith, my girl, me and her, we had career center together, and she kept talking about going to Lander, and I have real bad separation anxiety from like all of my friends, and so I was like, okay, let me check out Lander. It's only an hour away, yada yada yada. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. But I hadn't toured the school or anything yet. I was gonna go to USC Aiken, which is not far from my house at all. But the more I thought about it, I was like, do I really want to be home? Because there was no point in me staying on campus if it's that far away from my house. Like, there was no point. I was like, I don't really want to be home. I toured Lander in November of 2021. Fell in love with the campus, fell in love with the school. The calf tricked me, but it's okay. Y'all had to do y'all big one because that's what y'all had to do, I guess. But I absolutely loved the campus. I loved the campus. It felt like home away from home. It just gave me that vibe, that feel that I needed. So I committed there and got like the little commit sign or whatever. And I was like, I'm going to Lander, surprise, because everyone thought I was going to go to UC Aiken because I kept saying how I wanted to stay home. But the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to stay home. So with that being said, don't pick somewhere just because your friend's going there, your parent wants you to go here, all this and that. With the parent thing, I understand, because unless you're paying for school yourself, I get it. They want you to go to a certain place. But at the end of the day, you're entering into your adult world. So you have to sit down and talk with them and have an adult conversation and say, hey mom, hey dad, hey whoever, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. And just lay it out on the line like that. Like, the least you can say that you did was be open about it and be vocal about it. And so you have no doubts or no regrets for not even speaking up. Now, into major and minor and all that. If you don't know, I went into my freshman year of college a nursing major because I did a patient care tech program in high school and I thought I wanted to be a nurse. Maybe I started taking the prereqs and I was like, this is not what I want to do. And I know they say that like once you get out of the prereqs, like it gets easier, but I was like, if I'm like this unmotivated now, there's no way I'm going to make it in the nursing program. And if you know, nursing is a hard major. I was like, I'm not even gonna waste my time, my parents' money, my energy on something I know I don't really want to do. And around that time, that was when I was trying to like get back into my content creation. It was like around Christmas break of first semester. I was just like, why can't I just like do something that'll like broaden and like strengthen my skills with like YouTube and open new doors and new opportunities. And so I started doing my research, as you should. You should do your research for your college, your university, your major, your minor, your everything. I started doing my research, and media and communication stuck out to me. And so I ended up changing my major in March of my second semester. And my advisor, she was saying, do you want to minor in anything or anything like that? Because most media and communication majors, they minor in something. And so I just said entrepreneurship just to give her something. But then I went back and did my research again, and I was like, they have film studies. Film studies sounds like dope. Like I want to study some film. So I went back and changed it to film studies. So now my major is media and communications with a minor in film studies, and I am so excited for the upcoming semester. I have like all these media classes, film classes, and I just couldn't be happier with my decision. I would say it's easier. It was easier on me because I have a good support system. Like my parents, they don't care what I'm doing as long as it's something positive and I can make a good living for myself. So once I realized that I had my parents' support, I was like, what am I waiting on? Let me change it now. So we got that out the way, like that, and everything was like officially done in like the end of March. The next subject is choosing your classes. Now this one, please listen up. Please listen up. I know it's probably a little late at this point because if you're watching this and you're going into your freshman year, you probably already have your classes picked, because my classes were picked for me in like June of last year. But just listen up. Stay away from 8 a.m.s. 8 a.m. in high school and 8 a.m. in college, two different 8 a.m.s. Two different 8 a.m.s. I am so serious. I didn't have any 8 a.m.s my first semester, but second semester I had an 8 a.m. on Tuesday and Thursday, and it was math, so it made it so much harder. I'm telling y'all, stay away from 8 a.m.s. If you want to have an early class, just the earliest it be, do it at 9, because 8 a.m.s, I'm telling you, you're going to be like, you're going to wake up, you're going to say you're going to wake up at a certain time. You wake up at that certain time, you're like, oh, I'm on campus, especially if you stay on campus, or even if you don't stay on campus but you don't stay far, you're gonna be like, oh, it's not gonna take me long, yada yada yada. You're gonna put that alarm on snooze, you're gonna go back to sleep, and guess what, you're gonna wake up at like 8:01 and be like, I'm not going. That's happened to me like numerous times. Sometimes I would get up and go because she wouldn't really count us like tardy. Like if we came, we came, but if it was like past that 8:30ish mark, there's no point in you going, because that class, it lasted from 8 o'clock to 9:15. So I still feel like if I got in there at 8:30, I had some knowledge to learn. But I'm telling you, stay away from 8 a.m.s. It is going to be the death of you. It is so much different than getting up for high school. I'm telling you, if you can, stay away from them. And if you have to, don't get too many of them. And don't do them on the days where, like, your full days. Like, my Tuesdays and Thursdays for this past semester, I only had one class, and then on Thursday I had 3, including my 8 a.m. So I'm just saying, just be careful and like choose wisely, because they're gonna end up kicking your butt, I promise you. Along with classes, don't be afraid to speak up in your classes. One class that I spoke like heavily in was my English 101 class during my first semester. I love that teacher, well, that professor. I loved her like with my whole heart. She was like so sweet. She always wanted like our feedback and everything, like what all the teachers do. But that was the only class I was comfortable with speaking up, because I actually understood and knew what we were talking about. And English is my favorite subject, so I was like, why not? Like, anybody else talking, I'm gonna talk. Like, cause I just hate a silent class. Like when the teacher's talking and everyone's like. But in that class, I was comfortable with speaking up. So if you're comfortable with speaking up, you know what you're talking about, you know the work, the coursework, speak up, because they'll notice that. And then down the road, when you need help, like extra points on an exam, test, quiz, whatever, they'll give you that because they see that you put the work in class and you're also participating in class. And professors love that. Like, they eat that shit up. Make sure you are not overloading yourself with coursework. My first semester, I can't remember, I think I took 17 credit hours, and that was like a lot. It was like a lot. I was so stressed out first semester, plus everything else going on first semester. It was not it. First semester, I give it a freaking negative 2 out of 10. But second semester, I had 16 credit hours, and one of those was like a 8-week course, so it stopped like in March, I believe. Second semester was so much better. I wasn't as stressed as I was first semester. It was like I was finding a balance between school, myself, family, friends, all that. So make sure you're not overloading your course load, and also make sure that you're not having too many classes on like one day. Like, why are you having all your classes on Monday and then you still got classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? And if you don't know, in college, or at least for me, you have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday classes, and then you have Tuesday, Thursday classes. So first semester, my busy day was Monday, and then second semester, my busy day was Thursday. I can't remember how many classes I had first semester on my day, but second semester on Thursday, I only had 3. And the really reason why I was only busy is because I had my lab class that day, and lab is like 2 hours, dang near 3 hours. So that's why I considered it busy. But other than that, my course load was like so much better for second semester, and I'm so glad I did it that way. And that's the way I set it up going into my fall 23 semester, because I'm trying to limit burnout as much as possible, because when you get burnt out, it shows. You turn in trash work, you don't do work, you don't show up to class, you barely get any sleep, you're not eating, you're not doing anything. So just don't get burnt out and don't overwork yourself, is what I'm saying. Lastly, for classes, make sure that you're taking classes that have something to do with your major. This isn't high school. You don't do, well, you have like electives, I think, but like if you know you need a class for your major, take that class. Like, don't go sit here and take art when you know you need math, you know? Like, make sure you're taking what you need to take, because the faster you take those classes and you get them out the way, the faster graduation date is, basically. So like, don't take unnecessary classes. Like, baby, this ain't high school. That was in high school. We don't do that in college. So just make sure you take classes that have something to do with your major, minor, whatever. Also, I don't know if this is at every college, university, or whatever, but we had a first year advisor, and she helped me so much. Her name was Brittany. If you go to Lander and you have Brittany, you're like in such good hands. Like, I loved her so much. Like, anytime I came to her office, like, I always thought I was bothering her, but she was like, no, like, you're the sweetest person ever, like, yada yada yada. Like, she was so nice, and she helped me so much, and all the questions that I had, she answered like that. So like, I'm so grateful for her, because I don't know where I would have been if I didn't have her helping me out literally every step of the way. But now I have a new advisor. So we'll see how that goes. I wish I could have kept her, because I'm used to her. So like, the next subject is peer pressure. Now this is a big one, because you know, you be around people. Y'all see my little, where I cut my hair? You're not gonna mind that. You're gonna act like it's not there. But peer pressure is a big one, because a lot of people, they see someone else doing something, and then that person, they're like, come on, try it, and you don't really want to, but because everyone's telling you to, you're like, what's the harm? They're doing it, why can't I do it? All this and that. If you genuinely want to try it, but don't let other people's like decisions and their like hounding on you make you try something that you know you don't want to try. Like, if it goes against your morals and your beliefs and you don't do it, don't do it. But if you want to try it, because I mean, college is you're going to try something that you haven't done. I'm just saying. Now, whether that be, or I'm just saying, you're going to try something. So just make sure it's not something that's going to like mess you up, is what I'm saying. Whether that be like your physical, or like your ability to like, well, I guess that would be physical too. But like, just don't do anything stupid. Literally, just don't do anything stupid. And I know you're like, girls college. Like, I know I did some stupid things, but like, don't do no, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So don't do nothing stupid, is what I'm saying. Like, if you know you going out, all this and that, if y'all got a DD. If you know what a DD is, then you know. If you don't, just look it up. And if that person is supposed to make sure y'all get what y'all supposed to get, and they're drinking themselves, y'all might need to find a new DD because nobody's going anywhere. That's one thing. Like, do not play with that, and do not think it's a flex just because you can drive while intoxicated or under the influence of something. And this goes like past like drugs and drinking and all this and that. Like, just be careful. And like, it just literally goes with anything. Like, don't do no stupid junk. Like, people at my school were doing stupid stuff. Like, I don't even have like an example because everything was just stupid. But don't do anything that you don't want to do. And if your friends are pressuring you to, those are not your real friends. Because your real friends, once you say no one time, they should know. Like, my friends, if I'm like, no, I'm good, not today. Okay, and we go about the rest of our evening, the rest of our outing. But if they're constantly pressuring you, then those are not your real friends. And you need to realize that real quick and real fast and real in a hurry. The last thing with peer pressure, I say always trust your gut. If you got a bad feeling about something, about someone, when you enter into a building, into a function, and it's just not feeling right, leave. And if you can't leave, just sit on the outside or something. Or like go in a little corner, sit in the freaking bathroom, something. Just like isolate yourself away from the situation because you need to always trust your gut. Because my gut's always right. So I'm just saying. The next subject is partying. I just want to give a little backstory on me. I didn't party any first semester at all. I thought it wasn't for me, but it wasn't really that it wasn't for me. It was just I was letting other people deter me from even going out and trying it, because you never know what isn't for you until you try it. And so after I got out of that situation, second semester rolled around. Second semester was so much better. Me and Erica, we started going out like little by little. And like we enjoyed it. We enjoyed like the music scene, like everyone like dancing, having fun, all this and that. So I started partying a little bit more at the end of my second semester. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm going out every single day. No, I'm not doing that, because I definitely know my limit. But I'm just saying, like, don't bash someone for partying and don't bash someone for not partying, because you never know their reasons. At first, I didn't used to want, well, my personal reason at first, because there was a personal reason, until other people started like deterring me from even going out and trying. But I didn't want to go because people shoot at parties, people get killed, all this and that, and I just didn't want to, like, I was just too terrified of that. I was in the city by myself without my parents, all this and that. I just didn't want to do that. But like I said, don't bash someone for partying and don't bash someone for not. You never know their reasons, their background, history, all that. So just like take everybody's decision and respect it. To me personally, partying is fun if you're with the right people. Like, if you're with the right people and y'all got good vibes and it's nothing but like fun, laugh, giggles, partying is fun to me. But like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and do it every single day, because it adds up. I promise you it adds up. One night I spent like all of my little money. Don't ask me how. But one night I spent all of my little money and I was like, ooh, we gonna do this maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe so, because I can't afford this. So just like I said, it's fun with the right people, but also be mindful of how much you are, because like I said, it adds up. I mean, unless you just got somebody to pay for it, then do you, boo. I wish, but do you. And lastly, you do not always have to be under the influence to go and party. I feel like people associate party with drugs and alcohol, and that's not it. Like, when I go out, I'm not always, so like, you don't have to be, and I still have the same amount as much as fun. So I feel like when it gets to that point, that's when you need to go seek help, because being under the influence every single time you out partying around people, like when you're under the influence, you're not, some people say you're in your right mind, but you're not in your right way of thinking. So you might do something real stupid that's gonna like mess you up for the rest of your life, and the whole time you don't even know what you did because you was drunk. So just like be careful about how much you're under the influence when you're going out, friends, outings by yourself. And also when you do go out, especially if you're a girl, make sure you got like at least 2 other people with you, or you're meeting up with someone. Like when me and Erica go out, it's always me and Erica. One time our friend Angel came with us, and then we always like meet up with people. Like, you just got to be real careful because you never know what's out here. These people are crazy. You just need to be careful. Carry some type of little taser. Sometimes you can't get into places like that because they be checking our purses. But sir, you got to understand, I am a young woman in this 2023 society. I'm protecting myself. I am my protector. So the last subject we're going to be talking about is friendships slash relationships. This one is a big one because you're going into college, new people, but then you're also leaving your old people, so it's a little sad, but it's like a bittersweet moment. First thing I have to say is it may be really hard to keep in contact with people that you were friends with in high school or prior to college, so whatever you did prior to college. I think me and my friends, we did a pretty good job. Like, we all understood we're in college. Some of us had jobs, some of us did sports. So we all had the understanding that like we might not talk every day, we might not talk every week, but we still friends. Like, we still girls, or still is my girls. I love them. So like none of that like ever changed. So like you just have to make sure that if you're gonna try to maintain a friendship with people that you were friends with in high school and college, that y'all all have the understanding, because if y'all don't, it's gonna be like a real bumpy road, and then it's gonna turn stressful, and don't nobody want no stress in their life. Be optimistic to new friendships slash relationships. I feel like I really wasn't first semester. Like, I was going into college like, I'm fine with my friends, the friends that I have. I don't want no friends, I don't need no friends, all this and that. But that gets like really lonely and really boring, and you're like, damn, like, what do I do now? So that's what I'm saying. Like, second semester, things were like so much better for me. Like, I was meeting new people when I would go out. Like, I would meet new people, meet new girls. Like, if you went to class with someone, typically beyond a class, y'all probably got the same major, minor, something. Because like I said, we don't just take classes for our health. Like, and if y'all sit by each other, talk to them, make a little connection. That could be your homework buddy when you forgot to do your homework. You just have to really be like optimistic to meeting new people, because you never know where that friendship or that relationship could take you in life. Along with the last thing I said, there's a bunch of people on campus. You're gonna find one person that you're like, you have some type of interest in, like y'all share the same interest, or you have an interest in them and they possibly have an interest in you. Like, there's a bunch of people on campus. You're gonna find somebody, I promise. So like, don't say that, oh, there's nobody here for, because that's what I was saying. And like, now I have like a whole new set of people in my life, and I love it. Like, it's just like, you just have to want to start, you know? Like, you can't just say, oh, I want friends, but like, you don't speak up in class, you don't go out, you don't, and I'm not even, you don't have to go to a party. Like, baby, go to the caf, go sit outside. Like, that's what I did. I went to the caf, I sat outside in the library, little study sessions for certain classes. Like, you're gonna meet somebody, I promise. You just have to try. Another thing with friendships and relationships, do not force either of those. Like, if it don't happen on its own, just don't even worry about it. Just did it. Like, it's also, with that being said, be mindful of who you surround yourself with. If you're sitting there forcing something, clearly it's not meant to be, and clearly God doesn't want that in your life. So if you're sitting there forcing it and not being mindful of who you have in your life, that's just going to hurt you in the long run. So you just need to be very mindful of who you surround yourself with, because who you surround yourself with is who people make you out to be, if that makes sense. If y'all know what I mean. Like, y'all know what I mean. Like them people in high school or anything. Like, if that person acts a certain way and you hang around them, but you don't act like that, and they have like a bad reputation for whatever it may be, and you know you don't want that on you, well, why hang out with them? I'm not saying all your friends you gotta be like the exact same, because me and my friends, none of us are like none of us are like, we all have different personalities, different everything, and like, but we work together. Some people, they don't work together, so you just really have to be mindful of who you let into your life and what energy you bring and you attract, because if you don't, you're going to mess yourself up, I promise you. The last thing for relationships and friendships is don't become wrapped up in one person. Heavy on the relationship, especially in college, baby, you're here to get that degree. And yeah, you may find a cute little boy, a cute little girl, a cute little something, very much something, but don't make them your everything. Like, if it's interfering with your schoolwork, your work, if you have a job, anything of your extracurriculars, then they're not for you, because something that's for you will not interfere with everything else that you have going on. It may like there, it's just gonna be a new wave pattern, but it's not gonna knock everything down. Like, you need to be very mindful, like I said, of who you bring into your life, who you consume your time with, because if you don't, I promise you, you're going to mess yourself up, and you're going to be like, damn, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm just playing. I'm not going to be like that. But I'm just letting you know. I'm just here to let you know, because these are some things that I wish I would have known. But with that being said, y'all, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, this is the first video to my back to school series, so watch out for the next one. I don't even know what the next one's gonna be, but we'll see when we get there. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Baby, we're on the road to 1 motherfucking K. I would say 900, but it's 1K. Let me just dang it. We're at 889 right now, so we're 11 away from 900, and then I guess, I don't know math, however many from 1K, but we're gonna get there. That's all that matters. I love you all so much. I hope you can take something from this video. If you did, drop it down below, and comment down below how old you are and what grade you're going to, whether that be high school, middle school, college, after college. I forgot what after college is. Post grad? I don't know. Girl, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.